seconds. Charles Barkley.
Johnson around his man, drives and
Davis scores over Mark Jackson. 6 points. Stoudemire scores. Rejected. What a defensive effort that time. And Crowder looking for the alley.
Kevin Durant breaking out here. Over the long one, won't get it. Long rebound. Finds Booker. This is going in.
Welcome, Planeteers. Good morning. Lovely to be here with you again. My name is Hamo. Joined by my main man, Kevin. How you going, Kev?
Hey guys, thank you. I'm sorry we're late, but that's because of me.
That's all right.
uh,
Things happen.
yeah, good to be back. Last week I wasn't even able to finish the episode, so I'm sorry about that, guys. But I'm back here.
No, that's quite all right, mate. We had a great episode last week with the boys from
Oh, yeah.
Suns Digest. So, yeah, definitely check that one out, guys. But welcome to everyone in the chat. Cheesy, yes, that was my mistake, and thank you very much for pointing that out. I've fixed that now. No, I didn't fix it at all. Josh did, our producer, because he's sensational, but covering my ass from day one. But yeah, all right, we have a little bit to talk about today. We're going to be unpacking and looking back at the last five preseason games that we've had, and a few other things we're going to talk about. But we'll jump straight into it. And the record for the Phoenix Suns in the preseason was 3-2. Obviously, our first game against the where are we here? The Lakers, 118, 114. Pistons, 105, 97. Nuggets by 4 points as well. The loss to the Pistons and the loss yesterday to the Lakers in overtime, which was pretty crazy to see in a preseason game. Were you expecting that during the game, Kev, or was it just the last couple of minutes that you saw the last game? Hey, this might actually go to OT.
Actually, I was just like looking for updates through X on that last game. So I didn't watch the full game, but I heard like that Dalton kid just scored like 20 points or more in the fourth quarter. Because I believe like Suns were comfortably ahead like 4 or 6 points. But that's just NBA. You can't rest with that little league.
That is the game. But yeah, no, that Connect kid is just. I think he ended up with 30-something points. It was incredible. But yeah, we're not Lakers fans. So.
Even Booker was like, "I'm gonna keep my eye on him." Like,
yeah. But no, it was really cool to see towards the end of the game there, the rotations that they were using, because it was at one stage you had Oso, Ryan Dunn, Ty Washington, Bol, and there was another person, but they're all new, and that they're on the court. You know what I mean? It was a really interesting rotation to see, but there was a lot of physical basketball being played in, especially yesterday's game. But overall, when it comes to the preseason, Colin Gillespie, that is correct. Thank you very much, sir. When it comes to the preseason and what you have seen, are there any concerns you can see already? Is there anything you're worried about?
Well, the last game, I believe was because it's like you can see the starting lineup, for the first time ever since like because Nurk returned, right? So that was the first time that we're seeing that lineup,
Yes, sir.
which is probably our starting five of Book, Tyus, and then Beal, Durant and Nurkic, right? So my thought at first is that oh, or this lineup is gonna blow teams away, right? They're,
Yeah.
they're gonna punch, punch, punch from start of the game. The concern that I have really like seen, or what bothered me, is that how close the game was. But that's just Anthony Davis like hitting six threes in the first quarter. Correct me if I'm wrong with that. And
No, he was. Yeah, he
yeah, so
he
it was
showed up.
fantastic. Yeah, at
Yeah,
that game. Um, so probably it's just the defense. Like I said, the starting lineup is gonna blow teams out of the gates, right?
sure.
So I'm thinking like what the rotation is gonna look like is that it's all offense Q1 or first quarter, and then late first quarter once you're like, or the Suns are like have like 10 or 15 point lead, the defensive dogs come out and then sustain it, and then just stagger the
Yeah,
pace, right?
we
To
we, we got so deep, man. The roster is incredible.
Oh yeah,
Um, the defense and the defensive potential that we have um, is going to be really, really displayed this season. We've seen it in the last couple of games. What Tyus is doing on defense, what Gillespie is doing on defense. Just also done like just incredible raw
Dunn's really
potential.
incredible, right? He has a knack of taking like contact and then just swiping the ball away, which is
Yeah,
really
yeah,
amazing thing. Because when you take contact, most of the time, you when you take a chance in swiping the ball, you'd get the hand, right, or the arm.
yes, yes,
So that's an incredible ability that he has. Like I said from the last pod, he may have like a higher ceiling defensively than Mikal Bridges, and you can, I don't remember as well like Mikal being really an effective 3-point shooter um, at the start of his career.
yeah,
He
yeah.
has
Fair
that
call.
kind of slight. Um, I forgot what Eddie Johnson calls it, like a hitch, I believe,
Yep.
on his shot. Mikal Bridges did have that, but shooting mechanics of Ryan Dunn, as you can see on the highlights, are like really for a shooter. It just needs working. So I hope he does like sustain that in terms of the shooting towards the season, and it's gonna really like establish himself in that rotation coming off the bench. As you can see, he's really confident. The defense is already there. It's as good as advertised.
Yeah, and the main concern about him coming into this into the league was his shooting. And what the hell? It's like he just shut us all up, man. I mean, this cat's pulling. I don't have the stats in front of me right now, but he's pulling 40 something percent from deep. Like it's
Yeah, I
incredible. And
think
JJ
44,
Redick was
45.
asked about 45. There you go. JJ Redick was asked, about the prowess of Dunn, and he said, "Hey, if the scouting report had shown me he was going to shoot 45, I would, the draft would have been a little bit different." And he's spot on because this guy is an absolute steal. Him and Oso,
Definitely.
him and Oso are just absolutely incredible. 43.3 to be exact. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Josh.
And but yeah, no, like the young guy is doing really good, man. I mean, Gillespie, he's getting a lot of comparisons to players like John Stockton, which it's 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 an easy comparison when you're a white boy to to compare to someone like John Stockton or whatever. It seems silly just because he's that position, that height, that skin tone. We have to compare him to someone like that. But his game is incredible.
I think.
When he's
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, please, mate, go for it.
And I think I believe there was a short that John from Brightside and Suns Jam and Matt
Mr.
comparing
Job
him
Voider.
to like yeah, comparing him to like a Steve Nash because he had this one Steve Nash play. Um, not sure which game was it. I think it was Detroit. Um, so you can see really that the passing is there, right? Because I remember
Everyone's
that.
passing is there.
Yeah. But Colin Gillespie, man, I'm not sure if he's gonna like. Is he on a two-way? I believe he's in a two-way, right? Maybe we see action in the regular season. I'm hoping so because that dude can ball.
Yeah,
There's one
as you can see
highlight
in the
towards
highlights there, man.
yeah, and I think there was one point in that game where he took like Bronny to the basket, which is very cool to see. But yeah, I'm hoping that we can see more minutes from him. He can only like develop from here.
Oh
See,
hell yeah, man! And he's passing. You know, we're watching some of the highlights now, guys. For those who are listening along, be sure to check out the YouTube. And while you're there, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, help us out, and help us bring you the best available content. But he's passing here, whether it be driving to the rim on a pick and roll, or whether it's a screen and slide or anything like that. He's passing is A1.
yeah,
It really is A1. And like you said, he's only going to get better. All of these guys, Oso, Dunn, Gillespie, they're only going to get better. And, you know, the question I want to ask is, do you believe that we have um, drafted correctly to fit the needs of this team at the moment?
I think absolutely yes. That's why I thought I gave like an A minus during our post draft show, because I believe that we really did draft correct, and now more so, right? As we what we've seen with Ryan Dunn and the flashes that basically also um, had shown us. Also did not like really play that great like last game, right? But some of the other games that he had, he was really outstanding. So
Yeah.
definitely, I think um, uh, the Suns are being slept on in terms of how well they did in the draft, and they really did draft correctly.
Yeah. And when you're talking about Oso, he has come into the league ready. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of these guys, these young guys coming in nowadays, sometimes it takes them a year or two to find their footing.
Yeah,
Um, but Oso's came in and he's doing big boy moves. He's if he can put a little bit more weight on and still maintain his athleticism and his quickness, his laterals and things like that, I think he'd be almost unstoppable. He'd be really, really incredible. But already what we're seeing from him, what we're seeing from Dunn, what we're seeing from Gillespie, it's just amazing.
yeah.
Absolutely amazing, man.
For Oso, I would really think, or I'd like to think that you know around probably mid-season, if he continues the development, he could like push Plumlee out of that second string center and be that guy. But
Quite easily.
yeah, because he's like I said, athletic. He's he can jump out of the gym basically, and he can block shots, grab rebounds. So
Hell
I'm
yeah.
really high on that guy. I believe there's a Celtics guy, Keith Smith, who always or who's been very high from with him ever since the since uh, drafted him. So I'm really high on the kid too, and I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah. And overall, um, we were kind of when we got Monte Morris and then we signed Tyus Jones, it's like, oh well, Monte might be the backup then. And then Gillespie starts balling out, and it's like, well, I don't know. And then it's the same thing with Mason and Oso. It's like we got Mason. So all right, I was high on this as well when we got Plum Dog, and he's a big body, something that because Nurk losing that little bit of weight, we need that bigger body. We got too many tall, lanky guys on this team. Kevin Durant, Bol, like a light breeze is going to take them halfway down the street.
Yeah.
So we needed that bigger body in Mason Plumley, but in terms of game, in terms of ball, quite easily I could see Oso taking over Plumley's spot, which in turn may enable us to, further down the track, look at shopping people like Mason Plumley, like Monte Morris, because we probably don't need them. Probably don't. Not with the way that the kids are playing now. If this level of game continues, then we may not need them.
Yeah, but I would have to disagree with that. I think we'd still need that like veteran presence, um,
I'm glad
especially
you're
in the
disagreeing with me, man, or else this would be pretty boring.
yeah, I still need that you need that veteran presence, especially you know Plumlee can teach a thing or two to our young center over there. So, and I wouldn't think
Definitely.
he'd mind like being the third string. That's what's important. He know who he is, right?
Yeah,
Um,
you
he
know
knows
who
his
I am.
limit. He knows his limitations already at
Yeah,
his age. Yeah, but can we talk about one more thing?
of course you can.
Uh, can we talk about Nerd taking more threes?
Yes, we can.
Here goes a
That was
flash,
a well.
savage slam dunk. Rebound with the sound of this welcome funk. Bossy and beast.
That was very quick, Josh. I didn't warn it on the chat, but thank you very much.
God, I love that
So,
drop.
yeah, Nurkic shooting threes is really a breath of fresh air. Yeah, well, taking threes and making them, right? Because I don't think
Yes,
he made like two or three last season, but being a willing 3-point shooter, that really opens up the floor for the starting or for our big three, definitely stretching that floor out. I hope he does continue that through the season, being like the Brooke Lopez, and just give every award there is for Coach Budenholzer if he continues or if Nurk continues to let it fly.
yeah, definitely. And this is the system that Coach was talking about, that we've heard about recently, about taking more threes. You want to take at least 40 threes. John Voida over at Bright Side of the Sun's doing a fantastic job of keeping track of what the Suns are doing in terms of 3-point shooting. The most recent game yesterday, well, 2 days ago, whatever, depending on where you're listening, guys. Just so you know, it's 3:35 in the morning on Sunday in
Yeah.
Australia here, so I got no idea when the last game was. Um, but no, looking at the 3-pointers for the last game, they didn't quite reach the 40 mark. They only took 36, making only 12 of them, so 33%, 33.3% in total. But however, the 3-point shooting, and especially Nurk's 3-point shooting, the way he's slimmed down, streamlined his body, just he seems a lot lighter on his feet. He seems a lot more comfortable. He doesn't look like he's wearing concrete or cement shoes. Like he's quick, he's light on his feet. And
Yeah.
do you reckon that's contributing to these 3-point shooting? Like, obviously, if you got an extra 10 kilos or, sorry, guys, 2.256, 20 something pounds on you, obviously it's going to slow you down, whether it be jumping, whether it be, stepping, whatever. So do you think that the is it mainly the way that the Suns want to play and use that 3-point more, or is it his weight loss as well, or is it just a combination of the both?
I think it's just combination of the both. I think conversations that he had with Coach Bud during the off season was to, you know, be the kind of player that he is now, right? Slim
Hell
down
yeah.
and work on your 3-point shooting, and that's in his personal, um, let's say, just personal goal as well. Slimming down is always good because me, I have like this dad body already, and I'd give anything to be slim again. But
Man, I've been working on that dad bod for almost 40 years. Still don't have the kids, but I've been working on the body.
you're gonna get there in terms of the body, but you drink more beer and you'd be here, from where I'm standing.
I'll run that past Jay and see what she says.
Oh yeah, okay. There you go. But yeah, I think it's just a combination of both, and it's a win-win for both the Suns and him. But like I said, looking forward to Nurk being consistent on that 3-point shot. Stretching that floor, because if he does continue that, oh my goodness, can you imagine how much space the big three would have outside and inside? Oh man,
Spacing is one of the things I have noticed, and Oso is very good at this as well. Um, and I think I'll get the quote wrong, but I think it was Devin Booker, and he said, having Nurk at the top of the key or out on the 3-point line opens up the opportunity for players like himself to drive to the basket, which we haven't had in the previous years. With certain people who play for Portland now. Just standing there and just being an absolute moose in terms of just being in the way.
oh
So
god,
I really like, and it's came up a few times in different social medias and so forth. And Ann Myers Drysdale was talking about it at length against the Lakers. Was during the off season when Coach took his kids and they went over to Croatia and hung out with Nurk for a couple of days. That's really cool.
that's really awesome. Yeah,
Really cool, man.
I mean,
I
if
mean,
you want to get to the guy, and show that he's really important to this team, that's
hell
really like
yes.
going beyond
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
norm.
It not only shows the character that coach is, but it goes to show how much that has impacted Nurk because of the way that we see him come onto the court now.
Yeah,
He had that finger injury or whatever. He's always been around. He's still laughing. He's still on the bench smiling. He's doing all that. But to see him come back and play with a renewed passion, for me, that only comes down to coach
yeah,
and the time that they spent together in the off season. And it's really cool, man. I mean, hey, if I'm on holidays, I don't want my boss coming to hang out with me. But that getting to know each other in a beautiful setting like that is it obviously helps build rapport.
yeah.
It says a lot about work ethic and dedication when it really comes down to it.
This
It really
is this
does.
is this is purely conjecture, but maybe because of the social media hate that Nurk was getting, Budenholzer was like, you know what? Let's go to Croatia. Let's visit Nurk. Tell him he's an integral part of the team.
I
That's
reckon I'm
just
probably the only person that's never had a bad word to say about Nurk. I love that guy, man. I love him. He's awesome. How can you not love him? Speaking of guys who I absolutely love, big shout out to our main man Ciro in the chat here from Kenya. He's having a really good time at the moment. Sun's uni tracker has managed to do this again, and he has another care package heading over to him very shortly, including a pair of Devon Book ones.
oh my
Like
gosh.
you're joking, bro. Like, and I talk to Ciro quite often, usually on a daily basis, and he's a beautiful, beautiful, humble young man who is so ecstatic with the Phoenix Suns community. He doesn't get the chance to come on pods like this like I do. So I'm going to speak on his behalf. So thank you very much to Suns Uni Tracker. Thank you very much to everyone in the Suns community that's making that possible for him.
Yeah, thank you,
In term,
Zero, as well for for watching the pod.
following along, man, liking the
Yeah,
tweets, doing everything that he
really,
does.
really awesome to see.
He's a true one. He's a real
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
But so when it comes down to overall concerns so far in the preseason, for me, there's really only been one, and it's the man behind me, unfortunately. He still doesn't seem like he's found his spot. We've seen flashes of brilliance. Sorry for the audio listeners. I'm talking about Bradley Beal. He doesn't seem that he's completely found his spot. He seems a little bit sort of out of place sometimes. But when you've spent the last year playing an unfamiliar position and trying to make that work, I'm sure it's got to be a little bit hard to fall back into your rhythm. Did you get the same sort of feeling from what you've seen? I know you haven't seen all of preseason, but were you concerned about what you've seen from Brad, or what you didn't see from Bradley Beal?
Well, social media guys are talking about this, and they're like saying, "Oh, hey, Bradley Beal doesn't look right," or something like that on the bench. Like I said in the previous pod, I'm not one to overreact to things that you see on preseason games, right?
Yep.
And he might just be having a bad game. What was his stat line last game? I'm not sure, but if that's just the case, every player gets frustrated, right? Especially if everything's not going their way. So I
Oh,
wouldn't
of
read too
course.
much about that, and I'm pretty sure that Mike Budenholzer or Coach Bud would do something about it if there's something that's making him uncomfortable.
Yeah. Hopefully it's addressed very. I mean, we've got what 5 days until regular season starts, something like that.
Oh, for sure.
His stat line last game wasn't bad.
Yeah.
13 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists in 30 minutes. So he's still not playing at his full potential.
Yeah.
Whether that be due to an issue, or just preseason, or not feeling himself, whatever it is, hopefully we get it sorted pretty quick.
Yeah, it is preseason, and I do think if they play like this way, or if this is how the Suns are going to play the game throughout the season, I think he'd buy into that. Even though he doesn't score like a lot of points, but we know he's going to have that 40, 35 point game this season, just like he did
Yeah,
last year against his former team. So, but I hope it'll be like a few more games, like
yeah,
3 or 4 or 5 games where he'd had like that. And Booker, Durant, they don't mind sharing the rock. If it's your night, it's your night. We're gonna give you that ball
yeah, man. It's unselfish basketball,
for sure.
and that's probably the coolest thing about our team right now is the lack of bad ego, because ego can be good,
Yeah.
and we got a decent amount of good ego. So it's just yeah, as our producer
I definitely
Huntstar05 in the
agree.
chat here, not too worried about Beal. 13th season, I don't know if you put a ton of effort in the preseason. That's the rookie's time to shine. You're 100% right. You're
And they're
100%
shining.
right there, Josh. They are shining. They are shining very, very bright.
Hold
Very
on, let
bright.
me before we head into the boom. Book one Pythons. Zero. That's awesome.
Yes. Yes.
Those
I
are the
was
books that
actually
I'm trying
shopping
to
for a
get.
pair of them
Definitely.
online today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
Check out StockX, man. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, I'm getting a little bit thirsty. Let's go to the club.
Yeah, let's get to
What's the name of that nightclub of yours again?
You talking about the Boom Boom Room?
Yeah, the Boom Boom Room. That's it. Yeah.
Oh, that never gets old. I'm sorry. Pat
It
Burke
doesn't.
doing his little Irish jiggers just kill me. It's absolutely brilliant. Emma Stone just going hardcore. My lord,
Do you
my lord.
dance, Hamo?
Yeah,
Like
can't you see me there dancing
during
next to Luca's mum?
nah, I mean in real life, like in your heydays.
Yeah, in my heyday, yeah, settle down. I'm not that old. Um, yeah, I've been
Joking.
known to dance. I've been known to dance. What about
Ah,
yourself?
awesome. No, but I was a singer. Was a singer.
Very
Those were the
nice.
days where I can reach some certain notes. But as you now hear, my voice is really, really deep.
Uh, You know, it's we can't stay young forever.
Yeah, for sure.
But speaking of young forever, the brand new G League team for Phoenix, the Valley Suns, have unveiled their new jerseys. You can see a photo of it here for those video watchers. Those on the audio, guys, you're going to have to find it for yourselves. So we're looking at a pretty simple design. Um, honestly, yeah, okay. I don't know. It just, but I don't know. What do you say, Kev? Because I'm kind of a little bit lost for words here.
You know, I'm on the side of I don't know too. Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
thinking this year, compared to the previous jerseys, maybe because the previous jerseys are really so well lit. My standards, are high already. So it's really underwhelming these jerseys. We've talked about the jersey, that was an ode to the All Star. Was it '96? I forgot.
yeah, with
The
the
statement
cactus and
jerseys.
so forth. Yep.
All right. So I don't know about this one too. Do we have like an image of the previous G League team's jersey? Maybe we can compare it. That's that we can properly like evaluate this.
Well, we haven't had a
Uh,
G League team in quite a few years, so
yeah, for
you
sure.
know, and yeah, I wouldn't really compare them to anything we had then.
But you have to like do a comparison of the old one so that you can properly or rightfully judge this new ones.
Of course.
I know it's been a while, but that's just how it goes. Hey Matt, and yeah, we can't wait for the season to start too. And I'm
Oh hell
renewing
no!
that league pass next week during game day.
I actually got charged for it twice this week.
Oh,
There was
what?
yeah, well, there was an issue with the one of the major banks in Australia over the last 48 hours, and basically every transaction that I did last Thursday happened again.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
and you know, a lot of money gets spent on a Thursday, so it was yeah, it was funny. It was funny, but no, look with the Valley Suns jerseys. I'm really hoping that it's just the less is more approach, and it's Bartelstein, sorry, um, just thinking we're going to let the game speak for itself. It's not about the flash. It's not so much about the colors or anything like that. Let's just get the game in there speaking. But they have unveiled their sponsorship as well with the Gila River Resort and Casinos, which is heavily featured on the jerseys there, as you can see. So
Yeah.
it's it's not something I'm ever going to buy. It's not something I'd wear even if it probably got given to me. Um, yeah, I'm just not feeling it.
Yeah, if I
Just
can
not
if I
feeling
can
it.
butt in here, so
The
I've
hell is
got
that?
actually, yes, it's me, Josh.
Josh, our producer.
Hello. So I did get a pic of the Northern Arizona Suns. This is the jerseys
Oh.
that they had. So pretty nice.
Nice.
They did have some other ones I saw that look pretty standard, but not like that. It is mentioned in one of their tweets the Valley Suns jersey. Allegedly, the black and white jerseys for the inaugural season is customary for the G League. So it may have been something that was kind of out of their hands,
Okay.
or it could be them trying to cover their butts with the reaction. I'm not too sure. I'll have to go back and see what the if that's true with every G League team that joined, but that is what they were saying, is that black and white jerseys are the custom to start. We might see something special next year.
Okay.
Could be what happens.
And this is why we have the best producer in the game. Thank you,
Yeah.
Josh. Thank
No
you
problem.
very much, Josh. No,
Our
that's
source.
yeah, source on everything. The eye in the sky, the guy in the chair, the one that does all the things that I am just way too dumb to even comprehend doing. But no, yeah, if that's the case, then I'm really looking forward to what happens next
Next year.
season with the jerseys. Hell yeah, hell yeah. I might buy one, maybe. Change the color scheme. Yeah, we'll
The
see.
G League team is really active in transactions, don't you think?
Yeah, there's been quite a fair bit of movement going on over there.
Trades and yeah,
Yeah,
it's a lot. I thought I was gonna see Jabari Parker play for. Was it Jabari Parker? For the
Jabari.
G League affiliate. Yeah,
Oh,
because
I
he
don't
was
know.
there on that roster. I think was it Jabari Parker? Someone correct me in the chat, but I think it was him. But that's a previous lottery pick.
Yeah, definitely. When our roster came together, we thought, there's a couple of people that could, we've got it obvious two ways, but a couple of people like we thought, oh, they might benefit from a little bit of time in the G League, but I don't think anyone's really moving from the current roster right now, dude. Everything's looking pretty sweet, so I'm pretty happy about that. Oh, yeah, producer Josh in the chat there. Valley Sun's transaction list looking like Hamo's transaction history. Yes, very correct. Very expensive. Very, very expensive. But that's
It's funny now, but I don't think you were having fun when you said when you saw that.
yeah, it was quite a bit of money.
Did they
Quite a
refund
bit.
you already?
Yes. Yes,
They
they
have.
have.
Okay,
They're pretty
awesome.
quick to it. So thank you. Uh,
Bank of Australia, thank you.
unknown, undisclosed bank in Australia. Not giving out my banking details. I'm a pretty open guy, but I'm not giving out my bank. But yeah, no. So hopefully the design gets a little bit
Yeah,
more
better next
easy
year
on the eyes, because I would really like to rep a Valley Suns jersey in the future.
for sure.
So some other big news that came out this week, Kevin, was I'm never going to pronounce his name right, so I'm not even going to try. I was going to say Shams. I think it's
James Bond,
Shanaria.
Sharania.
Sharania, thank you. He came out with the idea that, not the idea, sorry, reported on the fact that Kevin Durant is being looked at for a contract extension.
He's due.
He can sign 1 year at the moment, or 1 year for 60, or wait out and get 2 for 120, which is a maximum that he can be offered. Clearly, this is a no-brainer for any Suns fan.
Oh, for sure.
Kevin Durant's game is not taking any sort of backward steps. He is still playing at an elite level. What do you view this? Does this mean that he's happy at the Phoenix Suns? He's wanting to stay because he spoke about it. We're going to play some audio shortly. Actually, if we can play that audio now, please, Josh, we'll discuss it after that.
So what is the landscape for getting those deals done for these veteran stars?
Let's start first with the future Hall of Famer, Kevin Durant. He is extension eligible, but I'm told there will not be an extension there for Kevin Durant. He has 2 years left on his deal. A lot of that has to do with what you just said. He's only eligible for a 1 year, $60 million extension this offseason before Monday's deadline, whereas next summer, he's going to be eligible for a 2 year, upwards of $120 million extension. And so that's really where Durant and the Suns' focus has been. They've both been focused on getting a deal done. in a 2-year range, not that 1-year extension. Kevin Durant has expressed publicly and privately how much he loves Phoenix. The Suns obviously want this iteration of the team to work, and they're all in on this season, just like Kevin Durant.
I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just going to play out my contract, really, and just focus on that. Focus on the team. I haven't really had conversations with anybody about a contract, so I'm just trying to focus on basketball. Just carry there. I mean, I've been blessed enough to be in this position for 18 years, and so I'm not really focused on the money part of it. I'm just trying to keep getting better and keep growing my game, see how good I can get. So that's always been my main focus. When it's time to come, every time will come. But right now, like I said, I got 2 seasons left on my deal, so I'm going to focus on those 2.
He comes across so humble sometimes, doesn't he? It's not about money, you know. It's about sending a message. No, sorry, that was a terrible Joker impersonation. How do you view that? I mean, obviously, Suns fans would love to see Kevin Durant stay with us for the rest of his career, but from what you've just seen in the videos there from Shams and Kevin Durant himself, do you believe this is a deal that is in the pipelines? It's something that will happen? Or do you think that there may be a chance that he might not end his career in Phoenix?
Yeah, for me, it's like we're glad to know that there's something in the works and they're actually waiting on something for him to get that 2 years instead of just a 1 year. Because with all the Stephen A. BS, um, that happened during the off season, or what was said already, that he may not be happy in Phoenix and all that kind of stuff. So this news really comes as a, like somewhat of a peace of mind news for us, because definitely we want KD to stay, you know, and that's a legend right there playing for the Phoenix Suns, and we don't want to take it for granted or just let him go. Or if we're probably let him go, we wouldn't want to let him walk away without
Yeah.
taking back anything valuable. So the 2 years, I'm expecting for them to work that out during the off season, because like in the video it says that they don't want to do 1 year 60 million, they want to do 2 years. And that's a win-win as well for the Suns, because basically, if they ever, if the off season, or if the front office just decides, hey, this is not going to work, depending on how the season goes, and wants to break up this team, other teams would look at that contract and they may say that, hey, there's just 1 more year on this deal, and it's just going to be a rental. So that would limit the value that Kevin Durant has, but if they already have like a 2 year deal on it, and it's to other teams, it's not going to be like a rental. You might still get like 2 first-round picks out of Kevin Durant. But if this thing works and produces a championship, that 2 years definitely is still a big deal, because you have that opportunity to run it back and win another championship for the next 2 years. So it's a win-win for both. And I'm really
Hell yeah.
happy that this is an indication that he's happy with Phoenix, or in Phoenix, and play for the Suns.
Yeah, look, Kevin Durant is my favorite player of all time. I've always
Yes.
been pretty honest on this, and this even before he was at the Suns. Even back in the Seattle days, this guy is just incredible, and we're in a very fortunate stage in basketball in general, where we're getting to see a lot of these veterans. Their shine isn't being diminished as they get older. LeBron doing what he's doing in his 22nd season, still playing at a high level. Kevin Durant, after 18 years, still playing absolute elite basketball. One of the main reasons that Team USA managed to take home the gold at the Paris Olympics was Kevin Durant. What he brings to the court, what he brings to the locker room in terms of being that old head, being the experienced veteran, the advice giver, the one that wants to drive the rest of the team, the one that wants to help build up the young guys. It's a no-brainer that if the possibility is there, we sign him. We sign him again. Just give him as much goddamn money as you want. Who fucking cares? Just get him back. We
That's
want
Kevin
Kevin
Durant.
Durant. It's Kevin Mother Wayne Durant. Okay, it's just the way it is. You know, you don't
You
do
don't
it.
think about it. You don't
No,
think about it.
you just do it. And you know, everyone is high on Kevin Durant, as we've seen in the most recent NBA ESPN rankings, ranking the top 150 players in the league at the moment. Now, a lot of people are jumping up and down about Devin Booker being ranked where he was. He was ranked
15th?
15th.
Yeah.
Yes. Last season, he was 11th. However, understanding how the season, wound up last year and things like that. And there's a lot of reasons behind it. But Kevin Durant's actually listed there at number 9. So he's still considered to be one of the highest level players still playing, obviously.
For sure.
But with this number 15 for Devin Booker, how do you view that? Do you view that as a knock on Booker? Like, is it like you ain't that good, or is it just recency bias, kind of taking away what people actually believe? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So for me, maybe ESPN just wants to match his number in, jersey number in the Olympics. No, I'm kidding. But
Oh, yeah, I like that. That might be true. That might be true.
I don't. I think it's a mix of both. I last week I missed the latter part of the pod, right, when um you guys were comparing, well, basically comparing Booker and Edwards. So I didn't get that answer from I believe it was CJ who's going to speak with that or on that, because he's a Wolves fan as well. But I believe it's just recency bias, and you can't blame the media, like you said, given how the last season turned out. Anthony Edwards really outplayed basically the whole team. So that's recency bias, I think. Um, but I still believe that book is still better than Edwards, and I think you could kind of see that in the Olympics when he started all the games. Um, but it's not to say that Edwards is eventually going to get better than Book, right? But right now, I still believe that Book better, is the better player overall than Ant. Uh, but again, Wolves fans, like I said, that doesn't mean that he's not going to surpass Booker. He probably will in a few years, but right now he's still Book is still SG1. I think,
Yes.
and I think he's going to prove a lot of analysts this year with the right coach and the right offensive system.
Yes. Yeah. You nailed it there. This year with the new coaching staff, with the new roster additions, with everything, the new practice facility. Excuse me. Um, this is the best chance the Phoenix Suns have had in uh, that's how long. It's it's I can't remember. I can't remember because every year we thought, we got Chris Paul, we did the bubble, we did everything like that, and it's like it can't get better than this. It can't get better
Yeah.
than this. And then we just keep getting better. We keep getting better. So when it comes to the ranking itself, I'm not really too fussed. If ESPN knew what they were doing, they wouldn't have got rid of half of their actual journalists and kept idiots on the payroll.
Oh my gosh,
Um,
Josh.
As for those who can't read the comment, I'll read it out to you. Our producer Josh says, "Ant surpassing Booker not going to happen thanks to Fortnite and OnlyFans model baby mamas." I
Do
don't even know how to respond to that.
do you think that's why Zion Williamson will not get better than, let's say, Anthony Edwards or
Oh dear,
I get
that comment may be on the back of who was it the other day? I think it was Matt and John from Suns Jam Session. Were talking about the what's it called, the Starting Five or whatever it is, the doco on Netflix, and talking
oh
about how
yeah, they haven't
Anthony
had a
Edwards
chance.
has his whole family on his payroll. So like he pays his brother to do his washing or something like this. He had everyone come to his house for Thanksgiving, all his family and that. He sat in his room playing Fortnite. Look,
What do you think?
I'm
Do
a
you
little
think
bit older,
he's
but
gonna?
just I grow up, man. Get off the PlayStation.
What do you think about the rankings? Do you think and do you think Ant is gonna surpass Booker?
Look, Anthony definitely has the potential to be a superstar. He needs to refine a few things, and that just comes with age and
Yeah,
experience. He's a kid. He's a
he is
kid,
a kid.
man. You know, Booker's in what, his 14th season,
10th.
10th. There you go. That's how good I am. He's still learning. He's still
Yeah,
perfecting his game. Kevin Durant still perfecting his game. That's damn near perfect, but he's got a lot of growth to do, man. I don't know. I personally, I wouldn't have put him that high. I would not have put him above Booker, and right behind Kevin Durant. But in a league where Luka Doncic is still so highly contested, whether he's good, whether he's bad, whether he's whether you like him or not. I think the ranking was wrong. Yeah, I do. I think Devin Booker deserved, especially after his Olympic campaign, and understanding that this is an NBA ranking and not an overall
FIBA
basketball
ranking
player
or
FIBA
basketball
ranking
ranking.
or something like that. Yeah, basketball reference or something. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, definitely. And hey, it's probably because I'm a Suns fan and this is a Suns pod, but I definitely think Devin Booker should have been a little bit higher on that list. I
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind him at 11 again.
No, not at all. And Devin Booker had some comments to say about it as well. So, Josh, if you have that ready for us, mate, we'll have a listen to that.
I'm sorry, you said we had comments on what?
Did you had the video of Booker, the commenting, was it?
Oh no, it was the Kevin Durant. I didn't have
Oh, okay, my bad.
Booker commenting on it. I don't think he's even commented on it.
Oh, okay, yep, my
Yeah,
mistake.
I,
Oh, you're all
It's
good.
I, I yeah,
I had the
he's not
yeah,
ESPN
that type of
excerpt.
guy.
This is I guess we can get a little bit better of a viewpoint of why they
Right,
ranked him that low, which was obviously the he said
the outcome
specifically that it was
last year.
because of the team success. They getting swept by the Timberwolves, but hey, that's their opinion, not mine.
Yeah,
yeah. No, thank you very much, Josh. Look, yeah, overall team, that you can use that as an excuse, but then Kevin Durant wouldn't be number 9 if it was a team based thing. Like it just these it's like when you like MTV does top 100 rap songs of all time. Always going to have arguments. What's number 1? What the greatest song is or what the greatest movie. You're always going to have arguments, and that's what half of these journalists make a living on. So
basically, it's just for the clicks and something to talk about. That's what it
exactly
is.
right, man. It's conjecture. It's water cooler kind of moments. Geez, I'm showing me age now. It's conjecture. It's opinion, and
Yeah,
it is good for business because it gives us a chance to talk about something
It gets
that
people to talk.
exactly right, exactly right. And Devin Booker, he is going to show people. He is going to show people this season. He's going to have an MVP season. Um, I I I
No doubt.
just I'm waiting for something to go wrong. It seems too good, and knock on wood, it doesn't happen. But this is just the absolute best level of talent, best level of professionalism, best level of coaching, best level of everything that we've had in my time as a Suns fan, in my opinion.
Yeah, I
So
mean, when you look at the days when Monty was the coach of this team was really good with that roster. But I don't think Monty had won a championship, right? But this is the first time that we're seeing that we have a championship coach. We have a winning coach. I believe he has like a second or third overall in regular season wins. I don't think Frank Vogel had that. I don't think Monty had that. But Monty had that Suns best record with Chris Paul. So I think you're right there. Maybe this is going to be, from coaching down to players, the talent level, the best talent level in recent years. So I'm not saying the 7 seconds or last era, probably just in the recent years that we've seen.
yeah, no, the it's not only the all of that, it's the sacrifice, it's the willingness to Grayson Allen, perfect example.
Yeah,
Willingness to take a back seat himself, put himself on the bench, and sacrifice that in order to bring in not only a friend of his, but someone that he knows will
gonna help the
benefit this
team.
team in
Yeah,
Tyus Jones. Former Duke teammates, former Milwaukee teammates as well. Milwaukee, I think so. I don't know. But the level of sacrifice, the level of dedication that the whole team is showing it's something that you rarely see in sports nowadays, where people are allowed to or able to put aside ego and do it for the greater good, do it for the team, do it for the city, do it for the right reasons. And we are very, very lucky to have all those, all of those. So we've got a little bit more sort of breaking news here, not completely Suns related, but about half an hour ago, I'm being told that the Celtics released Lonnie Walker the fourth. So
yeah.
that's an interesting move. Any thoughts on that, Kev?
No, not really. Lonnie Walker the fourth had bounced around. I think he had a stint with the Lakers, and I'm not sure last year. Um, but yeah, I mean, if you were, I think he's a decent. Well, his numbers looks decent, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's
That's
the Celtics.
that's probably um, Celtics Digest can comment on.
Yes, our good friend from last week's episode with the boys from Suns Digest, Bruce Velez,
Yeah,
is
Bruce.
also from Celtics Digest, so I'm sure he will be covering that at some stage. Um, but yeah, we'll start to wrap things up here, Kev. As you probably noticed, guys, our co-host Jake is not here. He's finishing up his whirlwind tour of the United States. I don't even know where he is today. Actually, he's in Massachusetts, isn't he? He said he was going to the Sam Adams brewery.
Oh yeah.
That's why he's not here. He's doing a
th- he-
brewery tour.
yeah, maybe he's
Here
hanging
I am
out
talking
with
about dedication
with
and the
Bruce.
greater good, and he's off getting pissed while we're here working. Yeah, thanks, Jake. No, Jake will be back with us next week, guys. Coming up this season is we're going to be trying to do some different kind of things in terms of content for you. Going to be some things we haven't done before. So it's going to be exciting, guys. But before we go,
Yeah.
it'll be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that former Phoenix Sun Aaron Baines announced his retirement this week. He's I'm using air quotes for those who can't see me, Aussie, because he technically wasn't born in Australia, but we claimed him as our own because that's what we do. Congratulations, mate. Congratulations, mate. Thanks for everything you did with basketball. Head on over to Bright Side of the Sun to check out an article that was put together about Aaron Baines and his time in Phoenix and his career in general. But closing out here, thank you very much, Kevin. Appreciate you being here with me today. It would have been pretty boring if it was just me talking. Probably would have had a lot less viewers as well. Definitely would have had a lot less viewers. And Josh, our producer, thank you so much. All the work that you see here, guys, all the graphics, all the overlays, all the videos, clips, everything. This guy is the absolute best. So don't steal him. He's ours. Stay away. But you can follow me at Sir Hamo on Twitter. You can follow us at Suns Planet Pod on Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, anywhere they get your podcasts. You can find us there. Kevin, tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah. So before that, I want to thank everybody in the chat. Zero, classy, nasty, always. Matt,
Cheesy McShuttle Nuts.
Even though you kind of went silent on us, but yeah, I want to thank you guys in the chat. And yeah, if you want to support, if you like our content and want us to do more, help us or support us, just buy us some beer, and we would definitely come out. We have a lot of stuff in the works, so we are talking about in terms of how we can make this even better for you guys. So stay tuned for that. It'll happen over the course of the season. We're talking about it, and yeah, I just want to thank you guys for always being there, watching our podcast. So a lot of big thanks for you. This is the 149th Hamo episode.
49th.
49th.
48th. 49th. It's around there somewhere.
Okay. All right. So we definitely want to have more episodes. So guys, always check us out. YouTube, Twitter, all our thoughts, our writing as well, even though I haven't written in like a month or two. But Hamo's always there. You can find his stuff on Brightside. And yeah, you can follow me at I'm Kevin PS on Twitter. I don't tweet much, but during the regular season, I hope to be there, sharing my thoughts during the games. But yeah, so thank you very much, guys.
No, that's can't really add too much more to that. But yeah, thanks to everyone in the chat. We got a very big episode coming up next week. Suns Planet is visiting the lovely land of Germany. I know our good friend Jake, our co-host, has been working on this for quite some time. So yes, next week we are visiting Germany. Grab a beer, grab some chocolate, get your lederhosen on. Well, don't. It'll look weird. And yeah, come join us as we go check out the lovely land of Germany. And as always, guys, thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for engaging with us in the chat. Hit like, hit subscribe, tell your friends, tell your auntie, tell everyone. We just love doing this, being able to talk to you guys. And I'll tell you what, Al McCoy, take us home, baby.
Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, stay with us as the Suns get set to shine here on their home court.
Here's Perry. Cigar Hurd. Here's the jump shot. Good! It's good!
Al McCoy with you courtside. Comes up a three.
Shazam! He ties it. ADA. Al and Tim up here.
Happy birthday!
Right. Yeah.
I know it's the moment. Happy birthday, baby!
Here's Cameron Payne out on top. Durant, three-pointer straight away.
Shazam!
I just want to
take this opportunity to thank everyone in this arena this afternoon, to all of those that are watching and listening on radio and TV. Thank you for allowing me to tell the story of the Suns for 51 great years. That pretty much wraps things up here. And for one last time, this is Al McCoy saying thanks for being there. Thanks for being with us tonight. And from the Footprint Center here in downtown Phoenix, we'll just say so long for now.